And now we've arrived at the last of the major elements that can be added to your video project. That's the last icon on the right. If you click on it, you can see these are slides where you're allowed to add text. Now, the first one is simply a center title. You take a look at that. And the second is simply a banner, meaning that the text sits at the bottom of the slide. The next three, however, actually have actions. So if you want the text to zoom in from the back, or slide across, or fade in the center, you would use one of the last three. So let's try the zoom. And I'm going to drag that way out in front of my presentation. So this will be the first thing people see. So I will call this okay, so that's what they're going to see in the beginning. Now I do have a couple of options. I can pick a background color. Let's pick, I'll pick white as a matter of fact. Now white of course is going to be a problem because my lettering is also white, so I don't see anything. But I can adjust that up here. I'll make that a brick color. Okay, perhaps that's what I want. Now I can make minor adjustments on the size. I can't do it to any size that I want, but I can pick between extra small, small, medium, large, and extra large. So let's try large. And that seems like, because of what I've written on the line, it's going to take up too much space. So one thing I can do here is I can click in there and I can hit enter in between the two words, enter on my keyboard, and that's going to force that onto two lines. And I think that works well for me. Other options you have would be to bold, italicize, or to change the font. So let's see what some of these fonts look like. Well, not sure that one was a good choice. Okay, I'll go with that. Okay, basically I'm not limited to putting it at the beginning of my slide. You see, if I click off, I could take these slides if there were certain breakpoints in my video that I wanted to interject a message on a solo slide. So all you would see with that would be that message is I could take that and I could drag it down. Okay, let's see how that works. So type my message in here. Maybe I'll just leave that at default. Well, no, actually, if I was going to do it, I would probably make it consistent across my video. So I'll set at least the colors. Okay, and the last thing would be to match up my font. It's listed as medium by default. Let's see if I can get away with large here. Sure, that looks good. Okay, now something I haven't looked at previously, but as this thing gets longer, it can be a little awkward to get back to the beginning in order to play it, especially if I'm far into the presentation. A trick to do that very quickly is simply to refresh the page. And when you refresh the page, you're going to go right back to the beginning of that video. Now you don't have to worry about losing things. We didn't even look at this in the beginning, but we'll look at it now. This is a project. It's called My Edited Video. I can just say whatever I'd like here. And you'll notice on the right it says all changes saved. So this is saving as I work into my YouTube space. And if I wanted to create a new project, I could click here and I could say new project. And I'm going to say OK. I'll change this to second project. Okay, and you can see there's nothing in there yet, but all things have been saved, so I can come back under project now, and you can see that experimental video is still there, so I haven't lost my work. Let's just take a look at how that runs. Perhaps I want that title to take a little more time than it does, so I'm going to drag that out to say 6.5 seconds. Let's see how that works. So it leaves it up on the screen a little longer. Well, actually, I'm sorry, I wasn't clicked off. So see the whole thing. It comes in at the same speed, but it leaves it on the screen a little longer before that transition starts. And we'll be coming up. There it is. Perhaps I don't want that second slide to be quite as long, so I'll cut that down to 2 seconds. And let's see how that plays out. Okay, slide is coming up. Okay, and you get the idea. So that's how you add text slides into your presentation and the various adjustments you can make to those.